like a deity, reading through the poems, looking fresh in the Nike feet. Posture looking good, back straight, looking at the dream. Can I ever slide away from your heart?
All right, good. All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Sheep and Friends podcast.
Yo.
I'm your host, Sinister Sheep.
And I'm Markeith Black for the third time.
For the third time, I like how I call this podcast Sheep and Friends, and you are the only friend that's ever consistently on.
Or
Like,
just
a lot of
just
people
on
want
in
to do it.
general.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people want to be in it, but it's just like they're like, oh, I don't have enough time, or oh, this day doesn't work for me. And it's like,
Nah, they lying. They just don't want to be with you.
yeah, I know. Or I'm just like with one of my friends. I think you know the one I'm talking about. I'm like, you just have to download Audacity, and he's like, is that for your computer or your phone? And I was like, all right. Yikes.
Nah, it's all cool though. Just give him a little tech lesson 101, and
it's you know who it is. It's him. He's just gonna be yelling at me in his Italian voice, being like, what is this? Why is this so complicated?
making him sound like a fucking 50-year-old.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry for any 50-year-old Italian people that are watching.
And just to clarify, okay, let's just get something out of air here. I'm probably gonna be here for a fucking while. Might as well
You're
just fucking change.
you're a mainstay.
Just probably just change the fucking podcast name to like Sheep and Black. Okay,
Sheep and
probably
Black.
not like that.
Yeah, that's the black sheep.
Nope.
And also, because we get so few, I mean, you know, we don't get a lot of views, but I don't care about that because I actually like making this stuff. But like, you know, every video from now, I'm just like, oh, make sure you comment below and we'll read your comments in the next podcast. And like, no one comments. I'm like, okay. I haven't even checked if people watch the whole thing, but I mean, that last podcast, I'd be a little glad if less people saw
No,
it.
you fucking ruined both of our careers. You ruined our chances of getting into Hollywood. You ruined our chances of going to the Rock Nation brunch with Jay-Z.
You ruined it more with the Pocahontas shit.
What? No. Okay, I'm shedding a truth. You just bashing Indians, okay? There's a difference.
I'm not. I wasn't bad. Stop! Don't say that. I wasn't. That defeats the whole purpose of my argument. God damn it! We can't. We're not even 3 minutes in. We're just below 3 minutes in, and I'm gonna have to edit all that out or leave it in because I'm probably really lazy.
Look here. All I'm just saying is.
Anyways, this podcast. Shut up. This podcast is a tangent podcast. We just go on tangents. This is one of the worst ones we've been on, because it affects me mostly.
If I'm not able to go to the
and
Met
you
Gala
with the Pocahontas shit,
because of you, I'm gonna be mad.
it's your own fault that you say this shit. So
It's not my fault.
it is.
No, you always have something to say, and it's like so fucking controversial. It was like, yo, I got something to say. I just think that black people. Okay, and we just gotta stop you right there.
Well, stop. Damn it. We're not even 5 minutes in, Markeith. Stop. You need to chill. Oh my god. I think I might use this snippet for like my videos, like my actual videos, just being like, check out our podcast, here's a snippet, and it's just me constantly telling you to stop. So we usually don't have things prepared for the show, but I did want to touch upon this subject,
here we go.
which I
Here
think
we
we
go.
can go into detail on. It's not controversial at all. Like, I think a majority of people will agree with us. Let's talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine's
the fucking goat. Yo, the marketing goat.
Shut up. He's the king of New York.
The marketing goat. And also like a fucking phenomenon. All right. How the fuck? And I know there are some layers to this, but how the fuck do you manage to snitch on your whole crew that has betrayed you? Yes, I know. And snitch on all of them. They get like 25 to life and a couple of like 10-year sentences or so. You just get like a scot-free like a year or so sentence. Coronavirus happens, you leave early, drop a music video that's like on track to be like a close, like on track to get like 1 billion views, and also just break the record for Instagram Live, which used to be 300,000 with like Tory Lanez and Bad Bunny, I believe, and now like his is just 2 million. They fucking quadrupled that shit.
Jesus. Yeah, all I saw when
fucking legend
people record the video or whatever, like all the comments were just like verified accounts. Like I've never seen that before. Like one after the other was like a verified account.
Oh no, they're just those,
like,
those motherfuckers were a bunch of clout chasers. They saw Tekashi 6ix9ine, they saw the views he had. He said, "Nah, I gotta get my account in here." Like you doing something right if you have verified niggas trying to chase clout from your page.
Yep.
And the sad thing is too, is that
God,
he's not wrong in some of the shit that he was saying in the live. I didn't see all of it, but I saw some of it, and it was like, you're not wrong.
I saw people watching it. on YouTube. Like, what was it? West. I always mess up on his name. West.
I know
Live.
West Side Live.
Yeah, like he did like a 5-minute video on there
that I sent to you,
and then I saw some of Chauncey's. Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Markeith Black.
gang.
Stop. The problem with him is like he was promoting this like thug life stuff, and then like he goes and snitched. Like I kind of agree with Westside. Like I don't care if anyone snitches as long as like you're honest about it. Like yeah, I'll snitch or whatever. But like he was promoting that like never snitch on anyone, and then he should like Cardi B's blood. My barber is a crip. He's just like exposing everyone. Eddie, the thing I don't like, he was just like, yo, I was gone for 2 years and I don't appreciate all the memes you made about me. I'm like, you can't control the internet, bro. Like you snitched when you said you wouldn't. Like the internet's gonna have a field day with that. Like you can't stop it.
It seems like you have a lot to say on snitching, Jack. Seems like you've been on that road before.
I'd snitch. Fuck you. If they're like, all right, you're going to prison if you don't tell us. I'm like, okay, here's the map.
Wow.
I'll be a rat.
Wow, okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
What, you wouldn't?
No. So I'm trying to put you in the situation where if like it was both of us, all right? We both had a hand in it, but the cops gave you a deal, all right? Are you just gonna put the whole blame on me?
I would say, please give Markeith the same deal as me. We deserve equal opportunity. And if they said, no, he's black, we're just gonna give you the opportunity, I'm like, that's fine by me.
Wow. You heard it here, folks. Your lovely sinister sheep.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm not. You think I would last in prison? Boy, I would. No.
I mean, you're not that good looking, so you'll probably get like a good 5 years.
You son of a bitch. I hate you so much.
It's like, if only like the desperate motherfuckers, like some Charles Manson type ass motherfucker, would probably just like walk in and just say, like
actually, you know what? What's the percentage of like actually good looking people in prison, you think? Because like in shows and movies and stuff, they're always like the ugliest, like bad. Like, what if they're actually just like a shit ton of like good looking, like fucking supermodel ass people? You know what I mean?
Well, probably. Well, I mean, not.
Tekashi's not one of them. Did he have the rainbow hair when he was in prison?
Yes.
Oh boy.
But see, that's the thing though. It's like, how the fuck can you?
No one was grabbing on that hair, you think?
Huh?
There's a lot of hair. There's a lot to grab on. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Am I cutting that out? Probably.
Nah, but
we're not even 10 minutes in. We're not even 10 minutes in.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
No, fucking.
I gotta stop.
Nah, but like back to like the fucking prisoners. Like I'll have like. Actually, you know what though? You know who might have some say on this? I forgot her name, but she was in our senior class, and her project was focusing on inmates in Connecticut, I think, or just inmates in general, and how to like restructure themselves back into reality. You know, she might have like some inmate headshots of like some fine strapping lads.
Slide into the DMs. Yo, you got any
Well,
of
that's
the
the thing. Well,
headshots?
that's the thing though. They don't even have DMs. It's just they go through pigeon letters. And I realize that I am making fun of prisoners, so I should stop.
That's fine. They don't know. Oh wait, you got the full name though. Damn.
Well, it's I mean.
They'll never catch the sheep.
Are you sure about that?
Never catch the sheep.
Mr.
Yeah. Oh my god. Are you gonna make an exposed video on me?
I mean, did you even say your name
So my mom
in the other videos? I felt like you.
I only say my first name. I never say my last name.
Oh, okay.
But I show my face, so it almost doesn't matter. But
yeah,
I just didn't want to name it my name.
Word.
Because that's boring. I don't know. I got so much shit from my. So I used this alias for a podcast I used to do called the Nerdent Podcast, Sinister Sheep, and I got so much shit for that name. Like everyone hated it, except for my girl. She liked it. I think she's lying to my face, but
she's definitely lying to your face.
It doesn't matter.
For God's sake, the initials are SS. Like how worse can it be? Like yo.
Listen, to all my Soviet comrades.
That's not where really I was going for with that. Like
that just means I'm a SS rank. You know, tier list is how it ends with
I
S.
think it should
I'm a
stop.
SS. That's just what that means.
You know, the SS was also a rank
on
too.
On top of PewDiePie. He's done. It's finished. It's over. PewDiePie canceled.
Yeah, but you.
Oh, did you hear the shit? So you know Joji, right? Like Filthy Frank, but now he's Joji.
Yep.
Or whatever. So people are actually trying to cancel him on Twitter now because they're like, oh my god, he came out with the album. So one of his characters is Pink Guy, and like the albums are just like the most outrageous songs. Like one of them is literal instructions on how to go to a dog eating convention. Like that's all the song is. It's just you get on a plane, you purchase your ticket, you go to this location, and then you go and eat dogs. Like that's one of the songs, right? And it's like a parody thing. And now people are trying to expose him, being like, he made this album before he was Joji. What the hell? And like everyone on the internet is like, yeah, he used to be Filthy Frank, now he's Joji. Like people, like news outlets are literally trying to cancel him because of his past videos. I mean, they're outrageous or whatever, but like
they need to
it's
shut
so
the fuck
obvious
up.
that he's like moved past that. Twitter's a cesspool, man. Like they'll just dig up anything. That's why I don't tweet. I just retweet or like, and that's about it.
Like yeah, man, they just need to shut the fuck up.
Like if I become famous, I'm just gonna delete everything. I'm just gonna be like, done. Get rid of it. Burn it.
Burn all the evidence.
I'm gonna pay like hackers to just like get rid of anything that just even if it's not controversial. Like I like dogs, you know. Then people will be like, apparently Jack hates cats and thinks they should all die in a cesspool of acid, and it's like, no, that's not what I said.
You know,
you're not on Twitter, are you?
No, I'm barely on Twitter. Like probably 1% of my life is dedicated. Not even like 0.00001% of my life is dedicated to Twitter, so it's not that much of a dedication at all. But I would say one thing though, in terms of artists that haven't been canceled yet, and he is one of my favorite artists of all times too. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna say anything because this podcast blows up, then I basically just fucking ruin him. So I ain't gonna say shit.
The last podcast had 14 views, Markeith. I'm pretty sure we're safe.
Okay, yeah, and those 14 people know that you hate Indians.
Can you? I don't fucking stop. I'm cutting that out. I hope you understand that. You're not getting away with this. I'm cutting it out. There's no stop. That wasn't my argument. Oh my god. You fucking ass. I'm gonna have to like this whole podcast is gonna be like an hour, right? And then like the amount of times you say like Jack hates Indians, I'm gonna have to like literally cut that out, and it's gonna be like a 5-minute video. You fucking piece of shit. You're having me do so much editing right now. You're such a piece of shit. Anyway, moving on from that, let's just pretend nothing happened. Don't fucking do it. As you were saying, Markeith, about the artist that you would not name.
Nah, I'm not saying about his life because I know that motherfuckers are going to look back into it now, into his previous work, and be like, oh my god, he is like sick in the head. We should cancel him now. It's like, don't you fucking cancel him. You fucking cancel him, then you're going to be held to pay.
You know what I just noticed? We're talking about another controversial thing, like canceling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And how we're like dismantling it like it shouldn't happen, and now people are gonna look back like, oh well, you know, if something's bad then you should cancel it or whatever. So
well, that was bad.
We're so
in
fucked
the past.
with this podcast.
People okay, I am morally gray about this, but people
no, you
can
backpacking.
change.
Let's see you backpedal this shit.
Not saying all people can change,
yeah,
but some people can change. So, like, for example,
yeah,
Hitler,
you know, I don't
can't change.
I don't try to be controversial.
You don't.
Oh,
you
go ahead,
just
sorry.
do it.
Yeah, like I don't try to be controversial at all. Like Epstein didn't kill himself, but you know what I mean. Like I just don't try to be controversial at all.
Yeah, man, and you hate Indians. Okay, so.
What? Just stop. That's 4 times now. 4 times. You're a piece of shit. I'm gonna have you edit this next fucking time you say fucking Indian. I swear to God, you're such a piece of shit. I hate you. I hate you so much. I wish nothing but death for
Whoa,
you.
whoa,
Like,
whoa, whoa,
please.
whoa, whoa! Calm down there, Columbine.
Don't.
Yeah, okay, I mean.
There's gonna be like a 5-minute podcast. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't even want to look at you right now.
So.
I'm glad you're having a good time.
Yeah. So.
18 minutes. We're not even to 30 minutes. We're not even 20. We're 18 minutes.
So anyway, as I was saying, but you know, people can change, and you like to talk about controversial topics. The thing about controversy is that, well, you know, most of it usually, at least now this day and age, it just happens like motherfuckers want to grab shit from the past. They just want to find some shit. They're really trying to find the perfect human being, and they're not gonna succeed. Like, I think one of them that really pissed me off was with Kevin Hart when he finally got like nominated to the Oscars, and then motherfuckers just had to dig deep and they found this shit, which was like at the time like about 10 years ago. Like, are you kidding me? You're telling me that you think that he's the same person that he was 10 years ago? Kevin Hart 10 years ago was broke as fuck. Okay, he got money now.
Yeah,
you don't really give.
Dude was actually like sleeping in his car, like that bad.
Well, allegedly. I don't know what the fuck he actually was doing 10 years ago, because I do know that like some years before 10 years ago, he was also in like movies and such. So probably not sleeping in his car, but he definitely wasn't living the lavish style that he's living right now.
Like, I think he's the richest comedian now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Well, he is the only stand-up comedian to sell out a stadium, and let alone perform at a football stadium.
Yeah, he did a whole Madison Square.
The Eagle Stadium.
Or the Eagle, yeah.
Probably Madison Square too.
Well, he also did Madison Square. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
that's where he filmed one. I think it was What Now?
Yeah, I believe so. But yeah, anyway, yeah, but like motherfuckers really just trying to find, and honestly, you didn't even have to look that far, because there was another case that he had, I believe, where like he slept with a mistress, and the mistress was like, I'm gonna tell your wife unless you give me this amount of cash. And then he pulled a David Letterman and said, okay, so what's up, YouTube? So I did this.
Mm-hmm.
So like
that's respectful. I'm not a fan of his recent material, but like I still respect him for what he is. You know, like he had the hustle and he like pulled through. So I really respect him in that regard. I may not be a huge fan of his most recent stuff, but I still respect him. Like as a comedian, he's really cool. Obviously one of my favorites is George Carlin. Rest in peace, the GOAT.
Yeah,
but
of course you like those white comics.
I was just about to say my new favorite comic, Dave Chappelle.
Oh, so he's a new one. I feel like
George Carlin. Well, he's been on there, but his new stuff is like way better than his old stuff. I feel like it's just on a different level, because I feel like every couple of generations there's like a comic that speaks the truth. You know what I mean? Like George Carlin called out all the PC culture before it even happened with his segment Soft Language. Now with Dave Chappelle, it's like you can't cancel Dave Chappelle at any point, because he'll either own up to it or he'll just make it a joke in his next special. And like people still like his stuff. Like I think I showed you on Rotten Tomatoes, he had like I think it was like a 13%, because only like 9 critics actually were allowed to rate it or whatever. And the audience score was like 99%, and it had like thousands of user reviews and stuff. And then Rotten Tomatoes was like, we'll change to a 69, I guess. I don't know, because they're so with the agenda or whatever. Which that's why I don't pay attention to Rotten Tomatoes at all. If really you want to know how good a movie is, look up like 2 YouTube videos, and you'll be fine.
Or
like, don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes.
You could just watch the movie and speak for yourself.
Yeah, or you could do that. I like when I was younger, like I would go into every Transformer movie. For some reason, it'd be like, I hope this one's good, because I was a fan of Transformers, and then I was just like, it really sucks.
Damn, so you were even boring in your middle school days too as well.
I was really boring. I was pretty basic in my middle school days, and then high school I started developing more of my tastes and stuff like that.
Into more of a boring person.
Do you just want to host the show? Is that it? You just want to host it? You just want to steal my throne? Here, do you want to have my channel too? All 9 of my subscribers?
Trust me, if I came in here to take your channel, you would know by now. Actually, no, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't, because you wouldn't want me to know.
Well,
you're the worst.
How am I the worst? I am not the worst.
You're the worst. You're just trying to sabotage me. You keep trying to set me up for failure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I plug in your music and everything, and what do I get in return?
Well, I tell people about your podcast. Our podcast.
See, you see that right there? It's called Sheep and Friends.
Wow.
And I have no friends except for you, apparently. That's so sad.
Well, if you want to make more friends, Bumble has the networking site.
Try not being such a dick.
And they also have like the best friend part. Like Bumble isn't actually for fucking people or just meaning. And now this
That's
podcast
Tinder.
has become an ad for Bumble. Your Bumble, hire us. We need the money.
We're not sponsored. We can't say that.
I mean, we kind of can if you think about it, because it's just free sponsoring. Like we're sponsoring them.
Okay, but like, say for example, like we film something and then we just like put a thing of Pringles without any context or whatever, and like in the video we're like, I don't know, like saying absurd shit, then Pringles are gonna pull their funding. Like, we're not gonna get sponsorships for this because we just say the most outrageous.
You
shit.
never know that. You never know that. Yo, Tekashi 6ix9ine gets fucking sponsors for saying outrageous shit.
Isn't that crazy? Okay, so YouTube will promote like rappers and stuff like that, like saying like, "Oh, I want to kill people." Oh, this that. But like, if there's a video like criticizing a YouTuber and it use profanity and stuff, like not even saying I want to kill someone or anything, just like criticizing their content, like it doesn't get any traction and probably gets demonetized. Where like these music videos are getting monetized, YouTube is just, it's kind of the worst.
As we are,
and I know I'm not the first person. Well, everyone complains about it on YouTube. Whatever, it's fine. Like, it's not what it used to be.
And you know what, like, YouTube is doing right now?
They're trying to. YouTube is trying to.
YouTube is just enjoying, just fuck. Wait, shit. What I'm trying to say right now? YouTube is just enjoying you just cradling its balls right now, just whining and complaining. They're using
they're like
your
Kathleen,
tears as lube.
What's her name?
Just so they could shove it right in your ass.
Like, yes. Oh my god.
Hey, that's YouTube.
Are you just trying to make this more controversial than the last one?
What?
See, the last one I was being
You're
respectful.
the one that's talking about. Okay, I ain't gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say.
Don't.
I'm gonna help you out here. I'm not even gonna say it.
You want to make this? You want to make this a 5-minute podcast? That's just what you want. It's fine. I hate you. It's fine. It won't be released. It's fine. You're a piece of shit, and I hate you.
I'm the one that's making it controversial. Well, you're just Mr. Controversial, like mother.
Not trying to be.
What do you mean you're not?
I just am.
Really? You just pick these topics and think to yourself,
What's controversial about Tekashi 6ix9ine? How did we even get here from Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Does it really fucking matter? Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
This podcast should just be like, wow, they really moved on that fast. I keep knocking my fucking desk and it's gonna fuck up on the audio. I just know it, but whatever, it's fine.
Maybe you should get a new desk. Maybe you should tighten the desk. I don't know. Like,
your suggestions are just really helpful. I want you to know that from like.
Yo, I'm being dead. I'm being dead ass on the tightening the desk. Like, you know, get up.
All right, you know what? I've done a lot of yelling in this podcast. I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make you yell. So one of my coworkers, I'm not gonna name her. One of my coworkers, literally, like, she loves Logic or whatever, and I keep telling her that Logic is crap. And then she told me, you know who I also listen to? Russ. And I'm like, oh god. And she's like, and then she was just like, she's like, what do you listen to? I'm like, Brockhampton. She's like, oh, Brockhampton's trash. They only have one song on TikTok.
You need to stop right now. Yo,
and I was just like, oh, you were such a basic white bitch.
Yo,
like,
someone needs to get bobbied right now. Like, goddamn. My bad. I mean, Ike Turner.
She likes Russ.
How you gonna say fucking Brockhampton trash, but you fuck with Russ? That makes no sense. Yeah.
Her explanation was even worse. It was like, they only have one song on TikTok, and it was Sugar. I'm like, okay, so TikTok just has the best music. TikTok is the most basic shit. Literally, I downloaded it for like a week, and then I scrolled through it maybe like twice, and I'm like, I don't need this.
So this is what the world's coming to now.
It's just the same shit.
Niggas like getting there.
It's just the same shit. White people recording and saying some fucked up shit in front of their parents, and then just being like, ha 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 ha, and then like afterwards just being like, oh my god, guys, I'm grounded. Like, it's just clout chasers, and it's annoying as shit. Anyways, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Leave a comment below.
Subscribe to my dog.
Why you think Jack is
comment
so
on my
controversial.
Dog. Comment below that Markeith should host.
Yo, I will just be such an unfunctional host. I'll just be like, yo, what's good, people? First things first, screw all the white people. Aha. All right.
White People Suck is one of the best shows ever. I hate that show. That show's so annoying.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Wait, the one that was on Netflix, white people you need to talk. Which one was that?
Dear white people. Okay, it's cool.
It's
cool. No, you
so
hate
annoying.
a pro-black show that just promotes.
It's not that. It's just, it's like Lily Singh, right? You know about her, Lily Singh. She has her own talk show host. She used to be a YouTuber, or I guess she's still doing YouTube now because of quarantine. But she got her own.
Do not know about her.
Late night show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so she got her own late night show, like a talk show or whatever. It's on at like 1 a.m. or something. And literally all she does is just like bash white people. Like that's the entire show. And it's like severely not funny. It's like, but okay, so that would be fun. I'm not against making fun of white people. You make fun of white people all you want. I get it. But like if that's the crutch to your entire show or your entire talk show, it's just weak. It's not even, see, so a lot of talk show hosts have like experience with stand-up and comedy and stuff like that, like performing in front of a crowd, but like she doesn't really have that experience. She just has filming in front of her, like filming on camera and posting it on YouTube. So she doesn't have that. And it's just really lazy. I appreciate that she's a talk show host and like a woman of a minority group. Like that's significant and that's great. But all her jokes are just fuck white people, fuck men. Thank you, have a good night. Like that's all it is. And it's like there's got to be something more than that.
You're gonna
like,
hate me for this.
Yeah. What?
So, Jack being more controversial, saying that he hates black women now.
I have to edit all of this. You're such a piece of shit.
Okay. If we're being honest right now, theoretically speaking, you don't have to edit this because in the end, people will know. Okay. Guys. All right, you could say this one throughout the whole podcast, make it my ad-lib or so. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay, I understand that, but when and if we become famous, the people, like the journalists or whatever, investigating me will literally take that clip and ignore the rest of the podcast. Be like, well,
it's like you said. It's like you said. If you actually did get famous, burn the whole shit down. Like Sinister Sheep with Friends, it doesn't exist anymore.
Done.
Like,
it doesn't exist.
Like once
anymore.
we get like our RCA deal, like we're fucking leaving. Like we're leaving no traces. Any like backfiring with like underage women, we're taking them out. Okay, shit. Let me stop right there.
but 14 people know, Markeith. 14 people, 9 subscribers know. They'll expose us.
Yo, it's like what Peter B. Parker said in Into the Spider-Verse. It's a leap of faith. You just gotta take it. Except you're not Miles though, so you really just you're not even black. So don't even think about that.
Okay.
He was talking to Miles, not Peter A. Parker.
I'm gonna bleep it out. But just know I still hate you.
No, you don't.
With a burning fashion. I do.
No, you don't.
I'll have to send you some of her videos or whatever. She's just kind of the worst. But anyways, moving on from that. It's 30 minutes and literally like this is going to be the most heavily edited thing of all time.
It doesn't have to be.
I want to grab a Glock and just
so you want to grab
I'm going to stop right there.
Okay.
So as long as it's self-harm, it's fine.
Wow. Here you go again.
As long as it's not race or gender, then I'm fine.
There you go with no controversial take. Jack hates himself.
TMZ report. Barely 10 subscriber YouTuber wants to kill himself.
Yo, like
surprise to no
yo,
one.
they like doing the whole TMZ. They're just fucking behind the cubicle shit, like just drinking their fucking mojitos or whatever. Like, so word on the street is
you're a libtard.
Word on the street is JPEG Mafia was just talking about how he hates white people. Oh my god, gasp.
Right?
We have to
What
tweet
a
on
shock.
this.
It's so funny because 90% of his fan base is just white, and he's just constantly spitting in their faces, and it's great.
Yo, like now, like I remember just watching that Instagram video or Instagram story of him just spinning into a girl's mouth, like the white girl's mouth, and I'm just like,
yeah.
yo, he hates her with a he just hates them with a fucking passion. You will never catch me in a concert just spitting in a nigga's mouth. Like, no. No.
No.
Like,
just no. RCA hit us up.
Like, not even like, nah, I'm gonna be.
What if RCA is just like, for your contract, you're required to at least spit in 2 white girls' mouths per concert. If you don't fulfill this, we're gonna cancel you.
Nah,
and it's like, okay.
Nah, JPEG got his masters. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
oh, so I was thinking, if we become famous, if we become famous and do concerts and shit, I want to like sneak in like, all right, y'all anime fans, and we just sing some weak ass shit like Cruel Angel Thesis or like the Naruto theme, and everyone's just like, the 2 people are just like, yeah. I was literally thinking the other day, like, we just like, all right, everyone, stop. I hope you all feel simple and clean, and we just go Simple and Clean from Kingdom Hearts, when you walk away, and everyone's just so fucking confused.
Yo, hands down, like one of my
Can you play?
What?
Can you cover people's music in concerts? Like, is there a legal backlash for that?
I'm not.
Like, if you just randomly just wanted to like sing, I don't know, a Blake Shelton song, just randomly. Like,
I do. I'm not 100% sure. I know there are people that do sing cover songs, like in their concerts. I do remember when Frank Ocean, he in his mixtape, his 2011 mixtape Nostalgia Ultra, he has a song called American Wedding, which is basically him singing over the instrumental of Hotel California. And the Eagles did not like that. Okay, let me rephrase that. Glenn Frey did not like that shit a lot. Doesn't matter right now because he's dead. And
oh, so as long as they're dead, then it's okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
it's just that in the law. As long as the bitch dead, it's all right with us.
Nafi disappeared though, so Carol Baskin's husband, if you have any songs you want to cover, just come back to us.
I'm keeping that in because Carol Baskin, allegedly, Carol Baskin did that shit. I don't think we talked about Tiger King on this podcast.
We have not talked about. Okay, hold up. Let me finish this whole thing first. Then we'll get to Tiger King.
Finish this. We're gonna go into Tiger King.
Yeah. So basically,
because maybe we'll get clout points. I can actually say in the text Tiger King, and maybe we'll get some clout points in that.
Yeah. So long story short, Frank Ocean performed American Wedding. Like, well, Glenn Frey was alive, and he just like revised it so it wasn't behind the Hotel California sample. So overall, there may be some legal actions to performing a cover song live, but it's probably in the fine print of the song. Like if you're working with who's that fucking shady Atlantic Records. So like say if you're probably with Atlantic Records or so, your songs are most likely going to be like, if you cover my song, I'm getting all your fucking money. Like
yeah. I think even Tom Petty, which he's dead now, but Tom Petty tried to sue. I think it was who's the singer, the white singer that's gay, that everyone likes, Sam.
Oh, Sam Smith.
Sam something. Yeah, Sam Smith. I think like the beat was similar or something, and he tried to sue him, but it didn't go through. A lot of old heads are doing that shit. Like a lot of old rock bands are just like, yo, it sounds kind of vaguely like my shit, so can I have money, please?
Which is like,
because my new shit doesn't make money.
And like the thing to me is that as a musician, yo, music is music, all right, and not everything is going to be genuinely yours. Like all the chord progressions and are figured out, and they're already like basically copyrighted in a sense, I want to say. Like there is nothing is ever going to be like 100% organically yours, is what I'm trying to say. There is always going to be some, like, the most you're going to get is probably 99.999%, but it's never going to be 100%. Like a drum pattern you're going to use, like a certain like melody you're going to use, is not your, like, someone's already done it before. So and overall, just stop bitching, like, get your credibility where it's due. And okay, yeah, if you want your money, okay, if it's like, if you like blatantly stole it, then yes. If you just
like just ripped it right off,
straight up, just rip that shit like right off and just stole it, like, okay, yeah, fine, okay. But if you know, if it's like a simple chord progression that just happens to sound similar, you're reaching at that point. Because I do remember there's another one with Ed Sheeran, his song Thinking Out Loud. The Marvin Gaye estate tried to get him with what's the song, Let's Get It On. And hell, even Ed Sheeran like knew about the chord progression beforehand, because he would sing Let's Get It On like in concert, like when he was singing the lyrics to Let's Get It On when he was doing Thinking About You. But again, though, it's a chord progression. It's a fucking chord progression, my nigga. Like, yo, you doing too much for a chord progression. That shit with Stairway to Heaven and that other band that I don't remember because they're not Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I understand that one. Like, that shit was like, like note for note the same fucking melody. But like a chord progression, my nigga, you really trying to sue over a fucking chord progression? Get the fuck out of here. And if you have some shady ass like music lawyer, you might get away with it. But really though, like, the whole team should be like, we really trying to fucking win over a chord progression, my nigga. A chord progression.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, because I don't really think about that kind of stuff, you know, with like covers and stuff, how that shit works out. Like, if you have, I mean, I know if you're like recording it or whatever and like publishing it on an album, obviously you need to ask like, hey, can I do this? You'll get like this part of the profit or whatever the negotiation is. But like, I was just more wondering, just like concert, just spring of the moment, just like, all right, you know what, fuck it, you guys like the Simpsons theme? Because I've seen some rock band concerts do that, like, oh, maybe this sounds familiar to you, and the fucking Simpsons theme on like a guitar or some shit, and everyone just goes fucking ape shit. So I was just wondering if maybe if it's only like for a short amount of time, like 30 seconds, maybe that's fine. But like, I don't know the logistics. But anyways, let's get into Tiger King. So, did I introduce you to the show, or did you just watch it along with me?
Nah, you introduced me to it.
Damn, I introduced you to a lot of shit.
Okay.
I got you on Vinland Saga. I got you on.
Okay. Cool.
Tiger. Maybe two things, I guess.
There's a lot more, but I'm not letting you get the chance.
Yeah, you're not gonna get. You never let me get the W. Like, I just want the W. Like, first you come on here begging for my job, basically, to take my place.
First off, I'm not gonna beg. If
not
I want
begging,
your job, I ain't gonna fucking
begging,
beg. I'm just gonna take that shit.
You're just gonna take my position, even though I work so hard for these. You work so hard
for 9. Oh wow.
Literally just posting on social media.
I'm playing.
Like, please check out my podcast.
I'm playing Gumbo on the smallest violin right now. Like, yo, like.
Wow. All right, can we just talk about Tiger King before I feel self-pity for myself? Anyways,
you don't feel it already?
Tiger King. If you haven't seen it, what the hell? I don't care what you just said. I didn't even hear it. So, Tiger King. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck are you doing? Go check it out. Literally, I actually tried to introduce it to my parents, and by the second episode, they weren't into it. By the end of the second episode, I was hooked, because they literally left off on, like, oh yeah, Carol Baskin killed her husband, and everyone's just like, even the documentarians like, wait, what? And the third episode is just dedicated to just like how Carol Baskin's kind of a piece of shit. But let's do a synopsis for people who don't know. So Tiger King is basically about like personal zoos or whatever, and how people profit off them. It primarily focuses on the Tiger King, Joe Exotic, which is like he's not from Florida. He's from
I want to say Oklahoma, or
I was gonna say Oklahoma. Anyways, one of the South states. But basically, he owns his own tiger zoo or whatever, and like he's like breeding and cub petting and stuff like that. So like he's constantly breeding tigers, and then when they get old and liable, sometimes he'll just like euthanize them and shit. It's really
with
got
a
awful stuff,
fucking revolver.
With a revolver, but it like the greatest part of the documentary is there's no like good guy, with the exception of a couple minor characters, like the girl who lost her arm or whatever. Like she was my favorite character because she was just brutally honest and shit. But she was crazy though. So in the documentary, we'll get to the Carol Baskin stuff and juicy stuff, but just on this side thing, like in the documentary, they show that she gets her arm ripped off by a tiger, and when she gets to the hospital and shit, they're just like, all right, do you want to go through physical therapy for 2 years and like get your arm back, or we could just amputate it? She's just like, amputate that shit. And then 5 days later, she goes back to work at the same fucking zoo.
Crazy.
Yo, she's like, yeah, I did for the animals. I'm like, props. Like I would be suing. I'd be gone. But yeah, let's get into the Carol Baskin shit.
Yo, so like fucking.
You want it? Yeah, you want to take it away.
So I just want to point out too that there is a lot of shit that has happened in this fucking series. And you would think that the craziest one would be that they interviewed a guy that was basically the character model for Tony Montana in Scarface.
Yeah, they barely covered that dude.
Yeah, he was like very fond of animals. He bought some from Doc Antle, who was one of the zookeeper owners, also a cult leader. Check that out in episode 2.
He was nuts too. Mm-hmm.
But that's not even the craziest one. He mentions that, well, Carol Baskins killed her husband, and the documentarians are like, wait, what? So, and it's a whole fucking episode dedicated to that shit, right? And there were just so much facts where it just makes you think that, oh, she definitely did it. She definitely did it. How are you not in jail?
Because there's a lot of determining factors. Because whenever they talk about her husband, like, for example, right? So they talk about, she's like, oh yeah, like Joe Exotic. So Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin have like a feud, right? Like he makes online shows where he calls her a bitch and stuff because she's constantly trying to get rid of his zoo or whatever because she thinks it's not healthy, even though she's basically doing the same thing. So like her argument is like Joe keeps his tigers in small cages, right? And Carol's whole argument is like tigers should be free and shit,
but they still in a bigger cage. By way
of doing that, they're just in a bigger cage. Like, what's the difference? And she's friends with PETA too, and PETA's just like, yeah, Carol Baskin, woo. I'm like, isn't PETA the ones that are just like free all animals, shit like that?
Well,
like,
they say that, but they're not really. They out here killing more animals.
You can make fun of PETA all you want. That's the most.
They out here killing more animals in China, so that's saying a lot.
Honestly, but besides, so basically they have this online feud or whatever, and she's like, so Joe Exotic wanted the police to like check out the meat grinder, and you know, if someone's asked like, hey, did you kill your husband with a meat grinder, your natural reaction should be like, I would never do such a thing, or like, why would you ask me that? That's fucked up. Like, you would have emotional, like, just like be like, why the fuck would you ask me that?
Not Carol Baskins.
She goes on, first off, I wouldn't even know how to put him in a meat grinder. He's too small. Like, she's actually laughing and smiling, and it's just like, okay, so She either okay, so allegedly, I think that she killed her husband. Not saying on record, not saying anything. Allegedly, I don't want to get sued for this shit. But I just her body like, or she at least knows where he is or what actually happened to him. Like if she didn't kill him, she definitely knows something. You know what I mean?
And if you think about it too, well, this might be our speculation, but her father definitely knows something too. Because if you think about it, her father is still alive, and I do remember there were some shots throughout the series where like he was like in the shots, but he was never interviewed. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe like if they actually got him for an interview, he would probably say something, and then Carol would just have to be like from behind, like, "Oh, daddy, can you come here for a minute?" What the fuck did you tell them? What the fuck did you tell them? Do you want me to feed you to the fucking tigers too? I'll cover you in sardine oil, you fucking bitch.
Howard, get in here. Oh, we got to talk about this simp god, Howard.
Simp god Howard.
Oof. Everyone out here saying Mordecai simp, Finn simp. Howard blows all those first date, right? Carol's just like, so I should let you know that like there are some rumors that I might have killed my former husband, and he's just like, you know, we all make mistakes. She's just like in the interview, she just got like a gun behind the chair, just like say what I want. And there's that one photo with him on the leash.
The wedding photo.
Oh,
the wedding photo
with no family at all.
Where she's
just on like on a beach.
Yeah, she's wearing the fucking gown, and he's just wearing a fucking Barney ass Flintstone costume with like a straight up masochist BDSM type leash on. Like, yo, just stop.
I've been thinking to open podcasts and my videos just go, hey, cool kittens.
Nah.
She's just
if you do that, then they're gonna fucking sue you. They're gonna sue your ass.
She's also shitty, from my understanding in the documentary. That part where they show Joe Exotic's parents and like Carol Baskin in the process of suing Joe or trying to like take his family's home or whatever or something like that. I was like, that's just going way too far. Like, I get you guys have beef or whatever, because I love Joe. I know he's a piece of shit, but I love Joe. Like, literally, to get back at them, he calls his website like Big Cat Entertainment, and like uses the same pictures as their website and shit. Like, this man knows no boundaries. I love him because he's just. And the documentarian's just like, so how'd you come up with the idea? He's like, well, there's big cats, and it's entertaining, and that's all he said. And I'm like, Joe, you're a mad lad. I love you.
Oh, careful, though. He might hear that and might offer you meth.
I love his explanation for, like, what was it? Trevor, I think the dude's
Which
name
one?
was.
The shirtless one or the...
No, the suicide guy. Is it Trevor? The one that kills himself.
I think it was Travis.
Yeah.
Was his name.
Travis, I think. Yeah. Rest in peace. But like he was just like, so how straight are you? And then Travis goes, pretty straight. And he goes, okay, when you're watching porn, do you like the small dicks or the big dicks? And Travis goes, well, I guess I like the big dicks. And he's like, well, you're not as straight as you think. And it's like, what? Like, how do you spin that around? Just like, it's a 180.
Yo, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were just on meth. And the one dude, the shirtless dude, was just like, toward the end of the documentary, he's like, I wasn't even gay. And it's like, what? Huh? You're married to him? What?
I don't know. I think I just told Joe one time and it just like slipped past his head or something. Just like, yeah, Joe, I'm straight. Oh, okay. So you want to get married then? Joe, they not told me I got meth.
I got meth. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about Carol? Like, you definitely... I mean,
she killed her husband.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, obviously, for a podcast
Allegedly. Um, yeah, like her just whole mannerism is just completely just like, and there's even that part, right? So they show Joe Exotic, like one of the tigers, he's like doing a campaign video because he was actually going to run for president.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of the tigers is just sniffing his feet for some reason, and it literally bites him and drags him. And he's like hitting it with the thing or whatever. And it's just like the reason why I think the whole relationship between people and big cats are just like, oh, he's just the sweetest thing, get the hell off me, like within like 5 seconds. At like literally one point when he's trying to escape, he's like, I will shoot you between the fucking eyes. And then the next clip is like, I love these animals, they're just so great. But like, it's like Jeff, which is another shitbag, which we'll get into. Jeff is a fucking piece of shit.
Remember that one clip of him where like he's just playing with the lion with his wife, and then like the lion gets out of their hands, like, Carol, get out the cage. Laura, get out of the cage right now. Laura, get out the cage. And then he just like fucking like just pinning it down. How the fuck are you pinning down that fucking thing?
How do you pin down a dude? After seeing that clip, I'm not messing with that dude. You could pin down a lion,
but yeah, you feel the need to choke out your ex-wife for cheating on her.
His outfits are crazy. Literally, I think he was wearing like a Tapped Out merchandise, and the spokesperson for Tapped Out is like, please don't wear our merchandise, we don't want to be associated with you. And Tapped Out is like made for those types of shitty people. And
then he just like transitioned to Jeff Hardy outfits, and then he was just like, well, you know, our company's defunct anyway, so yeah, you know, go ahead.
Go ahead. I forgot where I was going with Jeff. Oh shit.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So Jeff was just like, oh yeah, he might have attacked him because he was just interested in his shoe or whatever. And like Carol Baskin, literally next scene goes, I mean, the only way they would love your shoe is just like if you pour sardine oil all over them, then they get vicious and stuff and just go rah. And then she just laughs it off. But it's just normal. They'll just drool all over it like bleh. And I'm like, oh, so you know what attracts them. So you know what'll happen if say you splash sardine oil on a certain husband, allegedly, possibly, and maybe kind of killed him with the tigers. It's funny too because law enforcement, they were just like, oh, there's no way if she fed him to the lions, there's no way like they would dispose of all the evidence, there'd be bones and stuff. And then the lion keepers and stuff are just like, oh yeah, you could kill someone with that and like all the evidence would disappear, they just eat everything. So it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
plus their stomach is like very acidic, so like the bones could even dissolve in it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just that whole series is just, it was just so like I could not stop watching it. Like I binge watched the whole thing. It was just
yeah.
And a lot of people are giving shit to the documentarians that are like, oh, well, you did a narrative or whatever. It's like, it's a documentary, and like me and Markeith took the same documentary class. Markeith and I, whatever. Took the same class or whatever about documentaries, and like there needs to be a narrative in a documentary, or else it's not going to be interesting. If it was just straight up facts, it might as well just be like a news package or whatever. But like, there's obviously got to be a narrative and stuff. Now you can argue there's an agenda, sure, but like, you know, the whole documentary is just on these people and the shitty things they do.
The funny thing is too, like I think the whole message they were trying to go for, it just flew past everyone's fucking heads, because the campaign manager, he explained it well, like in the last episode. He was just like no one here like really won. Like the biggest losers here are like the animals still trapped in the cages. Like that was basically the big message people was trying to get out of all of this. Like, yo, just get these animals out of the fucking cages. They don't really need to be here. And it's like,
right, because there's more tigers in the U.S. than there are in the actual wilderness. Like that's a problem, which Doc doesn't even mention to Do you want to take Doc? Take Doc. He's pretty fucking crazy.
Oh, okay. So Doc Antle,
We can go over an hour. It's fine.
Doc Antle, aka Bogdavan, aka Cult Leader, aka I like to kill little tiger cubs when they've met their
Markeith. What does Bogdavan mean?
Oh God. God. But
Did you see that couch he had?
But
too?
he's not gonna tell that to you. Did
you see that couch? That couch is not just for lounging around.
Oh no, that's for fucking the coat. His coat chicks. Like any chick that's part of his cult, he fucks. So like all of his employees are women that will have now a new quote unquote spiritual name, and they also get jiggy with Doc for what, like $10 a week? I think it is.
Like an hour, I think it was $100 a week.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was Joe.
Yeah. So like $100 a week. They get paid like $100 a week. They stay in these shitty ass homes. And if you get too comfortable with the tigers, well, say goodbye to that tiger because he's dead now.
Mm-hmm. Like that one girl was just like I just need to get out of there or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like they literally didn't give her any breaks, holidays, or nothing like that. The only break she had was the breast implants.
Right. That was another thing too. Like, how the fuck you're just gonna say like, "Yo, how you doing tonight, Katie? So here's your agenda for today. You are going to go to the surgeon and you're gonna get some breast implants." I was never told of this. Okay, cool. So anyway, yeah. So you just do that, and you'll be all set.
And you're all good. Any problems? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Oh, there's a Lion King right there. I could get my girl Carol Basket.
Well, that was not even his. His tactic was more like, "Oh, so you're gonna leave us? Damn, that sucks.
Leave the cult?
You really gonna just leave like your family like that? We're the ones that provided you this shit, Karen. We provided you with all this shit." And now you're gonna leave the tiger cub too. You're gonna leave these poor little tigers. You're gonna leave the people. You're gonna leave the money. You're a fucking failure if you fucking leave us, all right? You little bitch, little piece of fucking trash. Yeah, you better not leave us.
Just spits her on her.
Mm-hmm. Cult 101 people, if you make someone feel so fucking important to the fact that they don't want to leave, and if they feel like leaving, make them feel like shit for leaving. Cult 101. Toxic traits.
My least favorite part about him. My least favorite part about him is, so I saw some internet videos where like they did interviews after the whole thing, like for some cast members, and Doc was one of them. It was just like, first off, this guy didn't even know what he was doing as a director, like talking shit about the director. I'm like, all right, so what if it was his first time? Like, he's trying his best to make a documentary or whatever. Like, you just dismantling like the whole cast and crew as if like amateurs and they didn't know what they do. I don't know. That just kind of pissed me off in a way, because it's like, so what if they are like, even if they painted you a bad light, like, they made a documentary with like this amount of clout, this amount of fame and stuff like that. Like, that's an impressive feat. Like, don't just downplay that. Like, the fuck's the matter?
To be fair, in a moral sense, they did. The documentarians did tell Doc they were doing a documentary for a different subject.
Yes, they did.
They were like, all right, so we're just doing a documentary on this how like tigers and how they can save the world and shit. But we're also gonna ask you a few questions about Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic, if you're cool with that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my only problem with that too is, if you have a problem with that, then you should have a problem with Michael Moore, because Michael Moore, literally, for Bowling for Columbine, he goes up to like this conservative speaker or whatever, and like normally the conservative speaker would never talk to anyone like that, but he was just like, no, I just want to we're conservative as well, we just want, this was before Michael Moore was Michael Moore, we just want to talk to you about it. And then he's invited in his house and anything, and then he's just like, all right, so why are you like preaching for gun control after a school shooting? like, or not gun control, sorry, like ownerships of guns and stuff like Second Amendment stuff, like after a school shooting, like what's up with that? And it catches him off guard, but like it makes people more truthful and more likely to slip up, which is like the truth side of them. Like as a documentarian, you have to like, because you know people aren't going to talk to you if you're just like, hey, I want to expose you as the piece of shit that you are. And if the documentarians were like, we want to do a piece on Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin, obviously he was going to say no. So you have to work around that in order to create more content. So I don't have a problem with that at all, because it's disingenuous, yes, but in order to get to the truth of things, and we would have never figured out his cultish behaviors and stuff like that. Like he keeps saying, like in post interviews, like this was their choice and this is da 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 da. Like they decided to be here, they can leave at any time. Like that, you're bro. It's a cult. It's a cult. Like allegedly, it's a cult. It's a cult. Like just straight up. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I find no flaw in that whatsoever.
Well, I can't say one thing though. Controversial Jack strikes again.
I feel like I'm fine in this because, I mean, I feel like people would agree though, because
it's simple. It's very clear now.
Somebody.
You hate Democrats.
I don't. I'm neutral. I'm like in between.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Stop!
No!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No!
Okay, that one you can edit out. That one you could bleep.
Are you trying to ruin me? Like, fuck you. I hate you. Let's talk about we haven't really talked about Joe Exotic. Let's talk about Joe Exotic.
The gay redneck who owns a bunch of tigers in Oklahoma.
If that doesn't speak for a television show itself, like I don't like that makes a perfect.
Well,
I feel so bad for that dude that all his stuff got burnt down, probably by Joe, allegedly.
Definitely by Joe.
All his footage. How do you not back up your shit? Like in college, we learned that stuff. So like in the show, Joe Exotic had signed up with this producer, and basically he was filming him, and they were gonna like ship the show out to like AMC or whatever, and like, you know, it was a perfect reality show, and like gay tiger zoo owner, and his name's Joe Exotic, and a country singer, although all the vocals are fake.
Yep.
But I was so sad when I heard that. I was
not surprised. That seemed too
I
good
wasn't
to be
surprised,
true.
but part of me wanted to believe. Like me and my girlfriend were watching it. I watched it a second time. My girlfriend and I watched it a second time with her, and like every time like it would be quiet, I would just play on my phone like Joe Exotic. And the tiger is me, like that. Oh, that one music video too where
this is Carol Baskin.
Carol, this man made a diss track. Explain what happens in the video.
So basically, Carol Baskins is just feeding her husband to a tiger, and Joe Exotic is just like in the forefront, just singing it in an all black country outfit. So they don't show exactly that it is Carol Baskin's husband, but they just show like her like just having meat, like just like feeding it to the tiger, which
it's like an actress who looks just like her, like scary.
I wonder how much money he paid her. I wonder if she's actually an actress too. Like he just probably saw her in the street or so, like, hey, you look like that bitch Carol Baskins. You want to be in a music video?
I'm gonna fucking kill you. He's such a I mean, his hatred for Carol Baskin goes beyond. Like he got her diary entries. Like shit. Like oh my god. And he's reading them on his live stream. Like you gotta respect someone who just hates someone so much. Like the effort they go into for like hating someone. Like that's just like I don't have enough space in my soul to hate someone that much.
Like, if I had been in his shoes for like a good second, because I don't want to be there for more than just a second. Like, all right, so like he's just doing his own thing, like he's just trying to make his money, and then all of a sudden you got this motherfucker just coming out of nowhere trying to take away your profit, your revenue stream, and then you find out that she's basically kind of doing like the same thing too. Like, so it's like, nah, I don't get me wrong, I'd be fucking mad too. This is basically a gang war. This is like some gang shit right here. This is just some,
honestly,
this is some gang shit with white people and tigers. That's basically what it is.
One of the podcasts I watch explained this show perfectly. This is the white trash Game of Thrones. And I was like, that's so accurate.
Nah, it would have got full Game of Thrones if, mind you, I haven't really watched the show. I just saw like probably 2 episodes. It would have been full Game of Thrones if they like fucking had like someone from Carol's family marry someone from Joe's family, and then
the lineage.
And
the shittiest part about Carol Baskin is in her husband's will, she changed the will from like something in case of my disappearance, which most wills are in case of my death.
Okay, not even most, like literally that's like the only fucking will in the history of man where it's probably like in case of my disappearance. I'm like, who the fuck predicts their own disappearance?
She might have hired a hitman. And it's ironic because Joe hired a hitman to kill her. But Joe's stupid because he literally hired someone that hated his guts, that he knew hated his guts, and he's just like, can you kill this bitch for me? It's like,
because he really hates Carol Baskins. Like
he hates him that much. His energy, his hateful energy, is on it's on a fucking universal spectrum. Like I can't even understand it. Like, my God, he just hates her. And he's a piece of shit too, because he killed. They found like 5 tiger bones in his backyard, I think, or something like that. Like he straight up murked them. Yeah, like that's the thing. Again, great about this documentary is like there are no good guys in this documentary. You just like hate everyone. I hated Jeff. Jeff was a piece of shit to me. Like, you remember that part where he's literally just like, his wife is like pregnant. He's like, and I got to choose the nanny, and he shows a picture of the nanny. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna tag that like right next to your future fucking.
I think the most piece of shit that Jeff has done is like, he cheated on his wife. His wife finds out, if they get into an argument, and then he chokes out his wife. So like, you basically choked out your wife for finding out that
this
you
is his
cheated.
first wife. The second wife didn't get choked out. I was just clarifying. The first wife was the one who choked out. The second one, which he's with currently. Yeah. I don't think he choked her out.
No.
Maybe he did.
No, so this was, so his wife at the time, his first wife, like he choked out when she found out that he was sleeping with the girl that was soon to be his second wife, but at the time was his mistress.
And they're like swingers too. Like they invite everyone. Like, what'd he say? Oh yeah, he said something like, man, one pussy gets you a lot of pussy, or something like that. And I was just like,
I'm telling you, man, white people, just white people central.
Dude, white trash people. And he literally he put the Cubs in like a suitcase. I was like, you are the biggest piece of shit, and I hope you burn in the deepest part of hell. And like, one of the things was like, I don't see why me fucking over Joe is a mistake, you know, because like, or no, he said something along the lines of like, you know, he provided for me, and like he expected me to provide for him, but like I never agreed to something like that. I'm like, bruh, he gave you like a platform, like what the fuck?
Oh no, that that was for the
no, that was
what's his face, the
bald dude, right?
Not the bald dude, the other guy, so
that was doing all the work and shit.
Well, okay,
like,
well there was that guy, right? And then
he's fucked over so many people.
There was that one he fucked over, and before that, it was a dude that basically saved his ass from going to jail. Like the fucking informant, they're like, "Yo, we're about to start a zoo together." Okay, now it's a lie. I don't want to start a zoo with him. He's kind of like a rat and shit, and like he did this good thing for me, but we wouldn't work out as business partners. I was like, "Yeah, you serious right now?"
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah.
James, I think his name was, and I'm just like, this dude saved you from going to jail,
Saved your ass,
literally.
like.
And
God, he's such a piece of shit. He makes me mad. Oh yeah, and that dude got the jet ski shot of him riding the jet ski. You know, he asked the director to do that. He was like, "I need some fuzz," and he was just like, "I'm gonna continue to be FBI informant." I'm like, "Why would you admit that on camera? Not everyone knows." Like, the show is so popular, you're not going to be able to snitch, like, "Hey, ain't you that motherfucker from Tiger King?" Like, everyone's seen Tiger King at this point. My dog has seen Tiger King. Like, Jesus. I'm trying to think if we didn't cover someone major. I think we pretty much covered everybody.
Yeah. I would say this, though. Like...
Do you want to make like closing points?
I just want to say, so there's a show called Documentary Now that just like parodies like other documentaries. This is a type of show where it doesn't even need to be parodied. It is just like it is just an amusement comedy. It's a fucking entertainment gold mine in itself.
A lot of the shit we just said about the documentary, you would think we would be making this shit up, but it's real life.
Like, it sounds like a legitimate reality show, but it's not even a reality show because them shits are fiction too. But this right here is like, nah, this the real deal.
I'm glad that dude got his teeth though.
Yeah,
like the shirtless dude.
Oh yeah,
he got his teeth. I was like, now he's a good looking dude, which is good. Do you think that money was from the or they probably didn't get paid for that?
Nah, they probably didn't get paid, but
maybe like a little bit.
If anything, they well, maybe they did get paid a little bit, but if anything, like I think after like probably like entertainment money or value or so, like they probably got like local sponsors now or something like that.
Some of them are still working in like zoos and shit, which is surprising.
Gotta make the money somehow.
Yeah, but in conclusion, like just.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, we're fucking stupid. Awesome. Like he probably just has some of Joe's money still, like from the divorce or something. Or did he even get divorced?
Who? I don't think they got officially divorced. Didn't he just leave with the receptionist?
Yeah.
Jeff? Or not Jeff, the shirtless guy?
Yeah, Trevor.
Yeah, apparently he was like begging all the women in the zoo or whatever. Like, he was just totally not gay. He was gay for meth, but yeah, I guess meth will do that for you.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, I think it's a great. This is gonna be the best documentary series, or the most popular documentary series for a while now. Like, it was Making a Murderer, and like this one, and like it's gonna be like at least 2 to 4 years until they get the next one. That's just like everyone just talks about.
Right.
I didn't even know Making a Murderer had a second season. Like, I was just like, oh, what do they talk about? He's still in jail.
Yeah, I have not seen Making a Murderer. I've heard of it, but
it's pretty good. All right, well, let's wrap this up, boys.
Yep.
All right, I'm really bad at wrapping up, so I'm gonna try to speed run this. Don't fucking interrupt me. All right, so this is Sheep and Friends. This is our podcast. This is every week. Basically, this podcast, as you know, we just talk a bunch of stuff. Make sure to share this with your friends. Share, like, and subscribe, and especially subscribe because I need those clout points. if you want to check out my friend Siku Senpai, who's almost at 10K, I'm going to be helping him with that special. It's going to be awesome. So I'll give news on that and stuff. His channel will be linked in the description below. And then Markeith, plug yo shit.
Music maker, Markeith Black. Find me on all streaming services such as Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal.
You're on Tidal?
I am on Tidal.
God damn. Good job. Proud of you. Proud of you. Yeah, so that's going to be this week. That's going to wrap it up for the show this week. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it, and we hope to catch you next week. All right. Peace.